Welcome back to the channel. It's pouring rain today, but this week we are going to be butchering our roosters. I promise it'll be a very tasteful video. If it's not for you, go ahead and move on. We'll see you next week. Our permanent resident rooster needs a name, so comment your favorite names down below to help us give that guy a name. My parents just headed back home to the lower 48 and we have quite the to-do list still, but I mean, what's new? Big thing on my to-do list, kind of the ugly side of homesteading, if you will. I need to butcher some roosters. So if you've never really dealt with chickens and whatnot, you don't want to have too many roosters in one coop. I only want one rooster and I have 5. So we've got 4 roosters to butcher here. It is unfortunate. I have a few pretty good looking guys in there, but we're gonna whittle it down to one good looking guy. There's lots of reasons. The big one is they fight. They've been fighting a ton. I actually lost one when we were gone on our first dip netting trip, and I'm pretty sure it was due to another one that was fighting with it a lot. So they will in fact kill each other. So we might as well get a little bit of chicken put up. The chickens, besides for eggs, they are for food. So that's just kind of the name of the game here. This is your warning. If you're not a super big fan of the butchering of the chickens, I would head out now. I will do it tastefully and not show too much, but I understand for some people they're pets, not food. For us, they're a little bit of both. Today I'm like prepping my brain for it. There's kind of a lot to do with it. I've done it a handful of times. I used to raise our Thanksgiving turkeys every year, so I've done my share of butchering poultry, but I just want to make sure I have all my ducks in a row. And Levi is going to build me a kill cone, which I will kind of show as we go. And we don't really want to spend the money on one. They make like nice stainless steel ones, but they're kind of expensive. So we're gonna build one of those, and I'm gonna do all my prep.
We got plenty of wood. Why don't we just cut some out and...
Well, yeah, and maybe just lean bigger, and if we cut it down, great. You know, you can always take away material. You can't add material.
That's what they say. I don't know. This board came from making the bunks for the sawmill that you can see has a big crack that runs all the way down that log. So it's really not good for anything structural. That's why we used it for the bunk, because it's just sitting on the ground. But I think we can, aside from the crack, it's really nice wood. So I think we can take pieces out of it and make whatever we need for Becca's cone.
I see. Yeah, that'll be perfect. Just like your, yeah, I like it. That should work. That looks great. Now, when I get turkeys, we're gonna need a bigger one.
Okay.
You're no fun. Can't even tease you anymore.
Yeah, it's a little hokey pokey, but. And it'll match the aesthetic. I like these little screws.
Yeah.
I got them for when we were doing the kitchen cabinet counter stuff.
Uh-huh.
They work really good for this, working with this side edge stuff. They're just like really sharp. And they just kind of work good for like stitching these cracks back together.
Yeah. Did you not look at them with me on Google? It's perfect. You gonna stain it? Are we gonna stain it the same color as the...
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
It does look pretty.
No, I like it. I don't... What's wrong with it? It does the job. Hell, it's way sturdier than what you would buy.
Better than cutting a 5-gallon bucket in half or whatever we were going to
I know.
try.
We were gonna go for something really hokey. I think that's beautiful.
That'll work.
It'll last forever.
So you want something to hold it away.
So I think you're gonna want the block up against the chicken coop because you're gonna put them in it. Blood goes to their head. They calm down, right? And then you bleed them out. It's supposed to be the most humane way there is to do it. And I just don't want, I think if it's pulled away from the coop, I don't want the mess on the wood. I want it to go straight into a 5-gallon bucket. And if it's hugged up against the wood, it's gonna be messy.
Do you think just one block of this is...
Yeah, whatever, just something to pull it away.
When we stain it?
What? When we stain it?
When we stain it, let's just actually take this down and stain behind it.
We can stain today if you want.
If you want to.
I am in prep for chickens today mode. And then I want to butcher tomorrow. Because it's just, I don't know how long canning and stuff is going to take for it. I want it to be a first thing in the morning. I don't want to be doing it at 9 o'clock at night, you know? Well, good thing it's nice out.
We'll cut it at an angle. This will go on. You know, I think that'll kick your bottom out.
Okay. Yeah. Just
better. We'll see. No, we can.
Don't want a big old
try
nasty
again.
Stain, you know?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I totally agree.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you.
Are you? Let's try again.
That's too much of an angle, huh?
Is it?
Well.
All right. That's what we're working with this time.
Okay. Looks good to me.
Now we've been poking a bunch of holes in the ship.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Right about there?
Sure, that should be fine.
Good.
Looks awesome. Thank you.
Enough to kill a chicken in.
Beats the heck out of anything you would have bought. And saves us money.
I don't love it, but it'll work.
I love it, and my opinion's more important than yours. So, yeah. You guys the best, and he is going to nap Henry for me so that I can get some more stuff done outside. Sticking with the theme of the video for a little bit here. I'm thinking about stirring the compost pile. I did stir it in last week's video when my parents were here, actually a couple times. Once to put in our last 7 salmon carcasses that actually decomposed in about 7 days. I was so incredibly impressed when I dug into it. The whole pile smelled bad when I dug into it, but I was just amazed at how little actual salmon I found. It did smell bad, which about a week ago, which is why I dug into it. I added a bunch of ash. I added shavings out of the chicken coop that didn't really need to be cleaned out, but I think I have just way too much nitrogen in there. I needed to dry it out a little bit, add some carbon. So I cleaned out the chicken coop, got it into the pile, pulled it all out onto a tarp, and got it really good and mixed. I mean, it took me hours. I didn't plan on it taking that long. I smelled bad afterwards. It was not a fun experience, but I survived, and now we're going to keep up on it. It's starting to smell a little bit again, so I ripped up a bunch of cardboard that I'm going to get mixed in there. That kind of feels like a weird thing to put in it, but Google swears that it's okay. I just think I've been throwing in so many plants and salmon and stuff like that, that it's kind of too rich, if that makes sense. So like I said, this is a little stinky. There's some flies on it, but nothing like it was the other day. It was so bad. And I really like it. The reason it got bad is my fault. I really let it go too long without stirring it. And like I said, I just really think it was too rich. So we tried to dumb that down, and we're going to do a little more today. Yeah, it might need to be smaller. I don't know. It's all experiments. Alright, the cardboard was as big of a pain as I expected it to be. But I got it pretty well mixed in. I got a decent stir in it. I mean, it can always be done a little more thorough. Oh my goodness, my mic. Magnetic. Okay, I'm gonna call that good for today. Like I said, the other day I put a tarp on the ground, pulled it all out, gave it all a super stir with some chicken shavings. Don't have the energy to do that today or every week at that. Overall, I'm pretty happy with this compost pile. It kind of got bigger than I probably should have let it get. It's hard to manage, so I'm leaving it alone, besides adding some carbon in to try and balance that smell. Oh my God, Bolt, you scared me. Where did you come from? I am kind of eyeballing some different compost thermometers. I want to get more into this over time, but for now I'm just kind of doing what I can with the time I have. Something we are in discussions at the budget table is possibly another tractor. There's obviously a ton of ways we could use one. We did have one, if you've been following that long, we had one back when we were first putting the driveway in here at the Homestead property. Once we got the bulk of the work done with it that we needed done, we just decided it was too expensive to be sitting in the yard. So a tractor is a discussion. We will have to kind of save our pennies to do it, but I'm hoping in the next couple years we'll have a tractor. Maybe I can have a much bigger compost pile if I've got a tractor to stir it with. But we refuse to go into debt, so we're just kind of gonna have to buckle down our pennies for a couple years and see if we can't get another tractor on the homestead. Another awesome part to the sawmill is extra wood for the woodshed. Most of this I'm going to throw in our burn pile because it's really kind of small and weird shaped, but this big one I'm going to throw in the woodshed. We do still have some more firewood to get, but for the most part we have like double at least the firewood that we went into last winter with. All that is sawmill stuff, all that skinny stuff, and this down here. Let's go ahead and get the chicken processing stuff pulled together. Oh geez. Okay. Okay, I just did a pretty heavy tomato pruning, but I didn't video it because I don't know what I'm doing. So, but we've got a lot coming in, and we have a very short season here. So I did some heavy pruning to hopefully encourage the tomatoes that are actually coming to grow well and ripen. Left some flowers, don't get me wrong. But I did take some away too, just to, I don't know, I guess hopefully direct energy at tomatoes, because it's a pretty short season for like these tiny, pretty sure this is supposed to be a big tomato, and those are pretty small. So these guys are pretty happy. We've got a lot of peppers coming in, so we'll see what they do as well. I guess I should look it up. I don't think you prune peppers like you do tomatoes. Oh, it's really hot and humid in here. I want to give the fruits that are coming in, or already well-established flowers, a chance to actually do something. So it kind of made sense to me the way I did it, but I am learning as I go. Let's get some strawberries picked. Potatoes. Strawberries. I'm so happy with how my couple of containers are doing. It makes me super excited to do big beds next year. So we'll take these in for a little snack. I want to get my runners planted in the pots to give them some roots going before the season's over. We just have such a short season. I don't want to fall behind on something and regret it. So
He's a man on a mission.
say you better go say hi to some of them, because it's your last chance. All right, good morning for everyone but my 4 roosters. I potted my strawberry runners last night, so that gave me 7 more strawberry plants, which is exciting. I have planned and thought and planned some more. And it's just time to butcher some chickens. So I've done it before, but it's been a long time. This table needs like a car wash. Bolt, stay away from all that. Thank you.
You're really not using the sink, are you?
Not really. That's why it's got so much dirt in it. Oh, you mean like today?
Yeah.
No, not today. Canning, it's a whole nother process, so I'm not worried about that. Right? What am I forgetting?
I want to supervise.
Maybe that's a good idea. Henry is throwing big rocks in our wagon full of water. Everybody does it differently. I know there's 1,000 ways to do this. It's only 4 chickens. If anything, this is like a reintroduction for me on how to do it. Like I said, I've done it before, but it was always only 4 chickens, and it was a long time ago. So, hi guys. It's not a very good day for some of you, but we've had a good run leading up to it, huh? Who's first? Aw, hi guys. The other roosters were trying to get me. I think they know All right, baby. I'm sorry.
What?
I'm kind of sad now. Okay. We're gonna eat that one, buddy. All right, we survived the sad part. I got a little sad. But it's okay. If you don't get a little sad, are you really human? Probably not. So, he's probably bled out enough now. Let's get him. I'm going to skin them because I don't feel like plucking. That's a real pain in the butt by hand. And I'm going to can them anyway. So let's skin it, gut it, and get it in a bag. Yeah. Let's stop talking about what we're going to do and just do it. I am going to keep some feathers out of like this pretty guy. And the rest I'm either, maybe I'll compost. I might let a friend compost who is more capable of not having dogs get in hers. Compost for the skin and stuff. But the feathers, the way I understand it, are like basically bone meal once they're broke down. So very good stuff there, and then it's not being wasted. You know, I can't say I've ever skinned a chicken. Huh. All right, there you have it. Little chicken number one. That went totally fine. It's kind of a remember how the heck I did it before vibe, but got myself a little chicken. Emphasis on the little. And what I'm going to do from here, I guess I should probably get her a little dried off, and then I'm going to put it in a Ziploc bag, and I'm going to put them in the freezer only for like an hour to 2 hours. My thoughts on that is that it's going to be the closest thing I can really do to an ice bath. I don't have a ton of ice or anything. I do not at all. If you've watched a while, you know how small my fridge is. So I don't have space in the fridge for 4 chickens to cool off, but you want to let them go through rigor mortis and come back out of it. I've read a billion trillion opinions on how long to ice bath them. And I've seen enough people say 1 to 2 hours is long enough for me to be cool with that. So we're gonna put them in the freezer, not long enough to freeze, but long enough to keep them cool and let those muscle contractions go through. So hopefully we don't have too tough of birds. At the end of the day, these are going in the canner before the day's over. I don't think you can really have that tough of chicken come out of the canner, but we're gonna find out. It's all a little bit of an experiment. That's kind of the beauty of only having a handful of chickens to do, is it's a little bit of an experiment. And if something I do this time totally sucks, then we'll know not to do it next time, because there will be a next time.
Yeah, I think it looks good. It is small, but it is chicken.
It is chicken. All right.
We'll let that cool down.
Emphasis on the fact that I am going to wash them again before I cook them. Don't freak out. I know, outside, ooh, scary Larry. Who are we gonna be sad about now? This was my problem chicken. Doesn't mean I wasn't sad to butcher him though. Levi helped me catch him because he was kind of a big aggressive guy. That one's nice and cool. That's what I like to see. You're just such a good chicken catcher.
Well.
I'm apparently extra pregnancy emotional, so Levi's a superstar and is doing my dispatching for me.
That works good.
Yeah, it works really good. I'm just extra emotional. Something I don't know if I've said yet is we live so rural, so far out. I don't have a huge pool of people to sell roosters to. And if you've ever dealt with chickens, like roosters they don't sell. People are buying them to do what I'm doing to them right now. So it's not like I've got 10 neighbors that each need a rooster and are just dying to buy my roosters. Having Levi go ahead and do the last one for me. I like this one, so.
He's not very big.
Huh?
He's not very big.
No, the red one was the smallest though. That way when Henry's ready for a nap, which I think is gonna be soon, I'm not sad having to do this. A necessary evil. And like I said, this is actual homesteading. We're not here for the aesthetics. We're not here to never have to work a day in our lives. This is the type of work we have to do now. So I'm glad to be getting it done. The ugly side of homesteading. Alright. In goes another one. One more to do. Getting faster. Levi already got the last one cut for me. So we've just gotta skin and gut and we'll be done. We'll let them all sit for a little while. The first one's probably been in for about 45 minutes now. Last one. Finally. I'd say finally. That was pretty fast. It just wasn't. It's not really fun to kill things you raised at the end of the day. No more aggressive roosters. No more extra feed bill that we don't. It isn't benefiting us in any way, shape, or form. Except for pretty small chickens that are going to get canned up and going to feed the family. What do you think, Lucy? There's a lot of chicken drama, huh? Did you find any mice today? She says, I'll bring it to you when I do. Awesome. All right, happy with how those are feeling. I'm probably going to give them 2 hours from now, which means like the first one will get, 3 hours. Second one will get 2.5. The first two took me some time. The second two were super fast. Huge shout out to Levi for diving in on the dispatching. I'm usually totally good with that kind of stuff, but I think I've just got some pregnancy hormones kind of adding on to it is a sad situation. It's just a little bit sad to have to do that. Oh, the flies found us. It's hot. I kind of think if you're not a little sad to do it, maybe you're the problem. Well, let's get cleaned up here. Got a pretty gross, stinky mess. I saved quite a few, not too many, but some nice feathers. So we'll keep those for some wintertime projects. Sitting here. Henry's napping, but it's about time to get the chickens out of my freezer water bath idea. Oh yeah. It's not frozen. Well, maybe I'll let them go a little longer. I just want to give them as long as I can without them just staying in the freezer. If they stay in the freezer, they'll stay there until we get a moose and I panic that I'm out of space. So. Oh, there he is. That's kind of hard to tell, but I mean, that was right over us. We live in the middle of two lakes that are high floater plane traffic. We call them floaters, float plane traffic. at least on the weekends. There's a lot of float planes that come and go, and it's really entertaining. Good morning. How was your nap? Those are our chickens that we said goodbye to. We're gonna eat them now. This is whatever you say, Mom. I'm not sure I can fit all these in here. I'm kind of hoping so. I guess we're gonna find out. Fill her up with water. And then I'm thinking once it's cooked for a little while, I will pluck a bunch of meat off and then let the carcasses keep going. And then I'm thinking I will can some of the jars with meat and broth and some of the jars with just broth. That way the meat kind of goes a little further. I don't think it can be more of like for a stew or maybe like a homemade chicken noodle soup kind of vibe. What a beautiful day. We're smelling good. My midwife with Henry and now with this new baby, she had to go send me pictures that she found cloudberries. I didn't think I'd have any cloudberries this year, but her cabin's not far from us, so now we gotta go check. But it's been so crazy dry that I am very skeptical that I had any come in. So they're gonna be, I believe they would be on these lower leaves here, these guys. Oh. Holy cow, cloudberry alert. Cloud, holy cow. Oh no, I dropped that one. This is so dry for here. It's definitely a slim year, but there's some, so that's cool. Better than nothing. We have a very citrusy taste. So crazy dry. It's kind of cool. Look at that. These swamps or these tundra meadow kind of things we have up here are crazy cool. Aha. Very. Here's a good batch. So they're here. Just not as many as I'm used to, but that's a good little patch there. Very cool. I don't think I really have time to do much with them this year. Maybe I'll just pick some for some fruit to eat. Oh yeah, there's a bunch over here. Okay. Ooh, there's a bunch over there. Did I stress you out? Yeah. Did I go too far? I'm sorry. Let's go back. Come on. Let's go back to the house. My berry picking partner there. Okay, we are going to cut some meat off the bone here, and then we're gonna get the broth going again. I kind of gave this some time. Look at that, I just pulled clean off. Give it some time to cool down so that I can mess with it without burning myself. We went for a swim in the pond. It was really nice. Yeah, it's pulling right off. That's awesome. We'll let the broth start going again. And then we'll can it kind of a little bit all together and a little bit just broth, I think. Something I should have said when I first was butchering, if you noticed, I didn't keep any of the wings. There's no meat on the wings of a chicken this small, like at all. It wouldn't have been worth my time to deal with that tiny amount of meat, so. wondering if I can let this, if this will go low enough that I can let it go like overnight. I really want a strong broth on this one. We'll see. We'll play it by ear next few hours. I think it's like 6 o'clock. But gosh, I would really like, if I could get like a 12-hour cook on this, that'd be amazing, but it's way too hot to do that inside. So I'm gonna put these in the fridge while the broth goes and while we decide how long to let the broth go, but whoo-hoo. All right, last step, strain our broth. I let this go all night long, so it should be pretty awesome. Then we're gonna get it canned with some of the meat. In the past, I've always done like the bare minimum time, and this time I was like, this is going through the night, so we can get a nice strong broth out of it. So pretty excited about that. Okay, got my funnel. We're gonna start with broth, because I obviously have a lot more broth than I do meat. This is gonna take me a while with this little ladle. I'm thinking I'll use this for like stews and stuff. You know, touch of meat, and then, you know, add a lot of filler with like potatoes and carrots and make good like lunches. Maybe not the heaviest protein meal since we didn't get a ton of meat off those chickens. Ooh, I'm just so excited about this. Didn't worry about boiling these this time. Check it out. Come check it out. Check it. Check it. Check it out. Got 7 jars of chicken stew and 2 jars of broth.
That looks good, man.
Yeah. Like add some potatoes.
I was gonna say some potatoes.
Yeah, but I kind of like that because you can add whatever you want. You can just heat it up like that and dip a homemade loaf of bread in there. Thanks to the...
Oh, that's Henry's thing.
Yeah, he's sleeping. Thanks to the person who sent me this magnet. Very cool.
Really been liking about the salmon. Like the tails, the small packages.
Yeah, for
They're
lunch.
Perfect for lunch.
Yeah.
Throw them on the grill, 15 minutes and you're done.
Done. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about how this is going. It's a really hearty broth compared to my past ones because I let it go so long. Yes, sir. Did you happen to grab the ring and the lid?
It's out there.
Okay.
Is there a particular way this goes?
Yes. Yeah, I gotta pull it out and clean it and check it for, that's what's keeping your pressure in, you know? So you gotta check that every now and then. So I did, since I gave it a really good cleaning the other day. So excited about this. I guess I should add water. That'd probably be wise. So for the broth, I didn't do anything really fancy. I had like half an onion slice in there that was just in the fridge, getting ready to get tossed. And then I put in like some dried thyme and rosemary. I think that's it. So, all right, we'll get these on the burner out there and show you how they turn out. And I think this was a great success. So that's really good. If it wasn't a success, it would feel like a waste to butcher chickens. This does not feel like a waste. This is awesome. You're spooking them, Lucy.